Hey, yo, what up, El Paso? It's Fred Free, hanging out with your boy Serge So Sick.
What up, what up?
It's the Real Blunt Sports. It's the BS podcast where we bring you the livest sports talk. Special shout out to the Super Bowl winners. Finally got one, Serge.
They did it.
Wow, they finally got one, Serge.
What a game.
What a game.
What a game.
You can't really call the winless Super Bowl Eagles anymore.
Yeah, we can't call them ringless. We can't make fun of them anymore. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, right?
It was fun while it lasted. They finally got one. Shout out to the Eagles fans.
No. All seriousness. Shout out. Congratulations. They earned it.
Feel good. Celebrate, Eagles fans. Believe me, I got 6 of them.
Well, you don't have 6 of them. I don't think you're wearing even one.
Shout out to. I don't even want to ruin it for y'all, man. Y'all did good out there.
This is not about the Steelers. It's not about the Rams right now. It's about the Super Bowl champion. Super Bowl 52, the highest scoring Super Bowl, the most yards ever produced in a game. The champions are the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a great game, bro. It had a little bit of everything. It had a little bit of everything. It had a missed extra point, a missed field goal. It had some interceptions. It had great hits, great catches,
out and had to
controversial calls. It had a little bit of everything, man. Great game. Love of football.
It was I felt like at the beginning, before the game even started, you had the 2 number 1 seeds in each conference. Not only that, you have the Eagles who are stacked at wide receiver, stacked at running back. Their defense is loaded. Nick Foles wasn't playing bad at all. He caught fire. And then you have the GOAT on the other side, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
To me, it had all the ingredients for an epic matchup.
So let's go ahead and set it off. First quarter, Eagles come out swinging.
No, the Pats decide to let them receive.
No. You know what? You know when they shot themselves in the foot first was when they were driving on Ertz got that offside call. He jumped a little bit and they kind of brought him back, and they couldn't convert on third, so they kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
Pages come back, answer, driving down the field goal.
Yeah.
And that's where everything started cooking from there forward, man. You know what I mean? Foles was.
He played out of his mind.
Like, he didn't have to go, make those critical throws, you know what I mean?
He made the third down plays that you needed to make, man. The time of possession that they consumed was insane.
It's that RPO offense just clicking for them, you know what I mean?
I know we're talking about the first quarter, but I'm not going to forget the fact that Tom Brady took the lead in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left in the game, and he didn't see the ball again until, less than 3 minutes. And that's after they went and scored it, you know what I mean? And they got the lead again, the Eagles being. Yeah. So, a hell of a game, hell of a performance by the MVP, Nick Foles.
You know what, dude? Nick Foles, hands down, dude. He just got down. You know what? He didn't get all the props, you know what I mean? The Eagles running game was clicking. All 3 running backs were clicking. I like that one play where
all 3.
Where they caught him slip. They caught the Patriots slipping in a blitz, and all they did was just throw a quick screen to Clement, and Clement took it for 40, 50 yards.
50-something yards, yeah.
Dude,
carved him up.
It's like these guys were just one step ahead of him, and it's surprising because we all know Belichick is the genius, you know what I mean? And with all due respect, you know what I mean? He is a badass coach, probably the greatest coach. You know what I mean? This guy was just outsmarting him. You know what I mean?
It was insane, man. It was an insane game, an insane game plan.
Eagles had some good tackling,
They had guts, and they had a great... Even in the first half, they went for it on 4th down. That took guts, and they converted,
Yep.
And they converted on so many 3rd downs. But the Eagle... not the Eagles. Speaking about Belichick, him being the greatest, coach of all time, I mean, how are you gonna let in the Super Bowl a team score 41 points on you when you're like supposed to be a defensive guru or like the defensive best mind in the history of sports or the NFL?
It was a good chess match.
41 points scored on him.
It was a good chess match. It was greatly planned out. I mean,
it was also poor tackling by the Patriots. I mean, so many times they had them on third down. They had them behind the line, and the first guy would miss it. The second guy would miss it. And it'd be the third guy ended up making the tackle when he was like 15 yards down.
Games, you know, you gotta convert those third downs. You have to convert those third downs.
Poor tackling by the Patriots. They gotta make the. You gotta make the play. It's the Super Bowl.
That's how you keep Brady off the field, by converting those third downs.
Time of possession. Time of possession was killer.
But you know what? There was some great plays. Jeffrey made a great catch in the end zone.
Oh, Jeffrey was a monster.
Clement's touchdown is controversial.
No, deep play though has to be Brandon Graham.
Yeah, Ertz's catch is also a critical one because that's a game-winning catch, and he actually dove into it.
I hear you, but it's Tom Brady. He's got 2 minutes left, a little over 2 minutes left. The 2-minute warning, a timeout. You know what I mean? The guy, like everyone was thinking, "Gosh, man, here comes Brady," and then Brandon Graham says, "Not so fast. Not if I can put a hand in there." Yeah. You know? That was insane.
That was insane, dude. The last play of the game, the Hail Mary. I saw the replay and I saw Hogan get laid out.
They laid
like 20 yards down the field. Laid him down.
The hell out.
I can't believe they missed that call.
That was insane. I watched it live and I'm like, are you serious?
Like it wasn't like a bump, like an accidental bump.
No,
like
they laid him out. They laid him out.
If you get a chance to go back in there and watch it, watch that play.
And I still give Brady so much credit for throwing that ball the way Gronk maybe could have jumped a little earlier, and all you got to do is kind of tip it back so that Amendola can make the play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect Gronk to come down with it with the sea of, Eagles defenders there, but try to tip it so that either Amendola or anyone else. Also, props on Gronk, man. He was running up and down the field.
Gronk had a great game. Gronk had a great third quarter. A great third quarter, dude.
Well, he actually scored right off the bat when they got the ball. He had a monster second half.
That drive was all Gronk. It's like Belichick went in the huddle. In the locker room in the halftime and told them, you know what? Let's bring out the Gronk playbook and let's kill him with that.
Hey, let's run the Gronk's open play. Every play, yeah, man, it was insane.
I mean, that's that second touchdown.
No, when they came back from the first half, practically all the passes I thought were to Gronk, bro, and then the touchdown. Like I didn't think the touchdown was gonna be to him, and boom, he scores.
And he got it.
You know what? It was insane, man.
He's just a big body with great hands, bro. Props to that guy. Yeah. Even though he laughed at us, the Steelers when they beat us in Week 15.
Oh, he's a kid.
And after that, I'm like, it rubbed me off the wrong way, but. Speaking of football, he's gonna go down. What do you think about him talking about retirement? Did you take him serious about that?
You shouldn't really take people that serious. Who was it? Earl Thomas? No, who was it?
Big Ben.
Big Ben, but also the Seahawks. What's his name? Who got injured about a year or two ago? Got injured, and was it Earl Thomas? Not Earl Thomas. Was it
Wagner?
Wagner? Was it Wagner? And then and he talked about he was going to retire. Remember, right after they had gotten injured, I'm going to retire, and then he ended up coming back. You shouldn't be making those kind of decisions a day after that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of tough.
So great game overall, great coaching. Honestly, even though the kickers missed a kick each, they still came through, dude. Elliott dropped about what was that? Like a 48 yarder? The last one to
get him to go to extend the lead.
Man, that shit was fucking classic. Classic Super Bowl. I don't know where I would rate it yet in the all times, but for sure it's gotta be up there. It was
a monster game. I kind of felt that it had. I believe I might have even said it on our last show for anyone who listened. It had all the ingredients to be an instant classic.
Yeah.
And the Eagles got their first title. It is an instant classic.
It is an instant classic, dude. Shout out to both teams, but more to the Philly fans for waiting so long and getting your win. Congrats on that, homies.
The NFL has been playing football for 98 years, and never has there been so many points scored in a game. Never has there been so many yards produced in a game. This is a classic game. It's a part of you know, for all of us sports fans, this is history every year, the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What a great game.
That's a great game, dude. And you know what? Shout out to the young man who actually gave him the W. Huge reason why they won it. This guy caught 3 touchdowns threw for 3 touchdowns and caught 1.
Don't forget the pick.
Saint Nick Foles.
Don't forget the pick.
Well, he did throw a pick, but it wasn't really his fault. I mean, this guy was very protective of the ball. He would kind of like cock, you know,
on third down,
fake, and then move around the pocket.
On third down, he was killer.
He was killing.
That's the money down. That's where your money is made. Like if you can convert on third down, you're a killer. You're a bad man. You know,
like he didn't break under pressure. Like Saint Nick Foles could actually be like.
At times he didn't look like, you know, like Brady looks, but like he got it. He got the win. You know what I mean? He got the win. What else do you want? You know?
He got the win.
You know, everybody's giving Brady so much crap and talking about, oh, you lost to a backup QB. Shut the hell up. At one point, Brady was a backup QB.
Yeah.
Shut your freaking pie hole.
Yeah. And you know what, dude? And you know what was cool about this shit about Foles? Like, he got hit. You see some of those replays, like when he threw the touchdown to Jeffrey, he got popped, dude.
Yeah, nah. I didn't think he was going to get back up, and he got up and started, like, celebrating when I was like, oh, he's okay then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it looked ugly. But, you know, I'm telling you, props, man.
You know what it reminded me of? Like, kind of like Luke taking down the Empire.
Yeah, man.
You know, like, he's the one that was in the trenches, you know?
Sometimes the rebels beat the Empire, bro, you know?
He's in the trenches doing the Death Star, you know, dodging fucking blaster cannons left and right, and then he throws that missile, and it just hits, and it blows up the Death Star. And that's it.
Yeah, but to me, it kind of felt like he was young, like Luke, being a little punk kid, just wanting to get some cartridges and shit. You know, just want to get some. Converters. He was just trying to get some converters. I just want to get some power converters. Yeah, that's what. I thought that's what we were gonna get. We ended up getting fucking Darth fucking, you know, in the Death Star Luke. You know, like it was crazy.
Yeah, but that was a great fucking performance by the MVP, man. Props to him. So the question is, what happens next for Foles, man? Is he the backup? Is he get traded?
He's the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean, you got Carson Wentz.
So
huge reasons why they went.
No. I'm not saying you keep Foles and like start him. You're gonna start Carson Wentz, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're Carson Wentz and you're the MVP.
Yeah.
Of the Super Bowl. You out-dueled the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did.
You got to get paid and you got to go ball somewhere. You know what I mean?
You think he'll perform the same way he did with another team?
I don't know, man.
Or you think it was more the system?
Philadelphia is stacked, yo. The wide receivers, the running backs, they're stacked. You know,
the offensive line.
The line, yeah. All props to the line.
If you're Nick Foles, what do you do?
You only have a shelf life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a competitor, you probably want to be the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to go. Now, is it the smartest thing to do, depending the situation? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you're a competitor, you want to be the guy. What would you? You're the Super Bowl MVP. What would you? You gotta go, right?
I get you. I see your point. That's a great point. If I'm Foles, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna stay.
I wouldn't fault him for staying.
I mean, you never know what can happen, man. Anything can happen. But shout out to Nick Foles, man. For real, like came out of nowhere and went to a Pro Bowl, and then considered retirement, and then got traded, and then got his chance to start, man. It just shows, man, you gotta be ready.
Yeah, you never know when you can get called upon.
Gotta be ready. So, if he wouldn't have been the MVP, and let's say Foles would have lost, that's probably the only way I see it, Tom Brady would have definitely been the MVP. Tom Brady threw for 505 yards, Serge. What you gotta say about that?
Bro, it's... What do I gotta say? You took some of my thunder there, bro. 505 yards. That sounds like a Madden stat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I threw for 505 yards. It was an insane performance by Tom Brady. The guy's 40 years old. You guys want to fault him because he fumbled? Because he fumbled in the Super Bowl. Oh, Joe Montana never fumbled. Joe Montana never lost in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady never got benched in a playoff game. Tom Brady, at 40 years of age, stood in the pocket and was hobbling his carcass up and down that field. He still had a shot, man. 9 seconds on the clock. I know it. They were shook. I know it. They know it. More importantly, hey, he had a bad day. 505 yards. Still the GOAT.
I get you, Serge.
Greatest of all time.
I get you, dog. I mean, you know what? Tom Brady did have a great day, but it turned out to be a bad day in a way. You know what I mean?
Okay, man, he fumbles. A freaking one of these linemen gots to dive on the ball, bro. You got it, bro. You see that you're gonna get beat? Hey, fire. You know what I mean? Like, dive on that ball.
Yep.
He can't do everything, man.
He can't. No, right. I mean, he tried. You know, one thing I give about Tom Brady, bro, he's still the GOAT in my eyes, to be honest with you. He has the stats, he has the plays, he has the situations that, as a quarterback, when you're a kid, you're like, all right, 2-minute drive. We're down by 4. We're down by 5. Let's get it. And he's had so many fucking moments of those, and he's came through in so many I mean, this guy's like, has somehow, to a lot of people, has turned out to be like the bad guy in a way. Because he's that fucking good. I mean, people say it's Belichick. People say it's Brady. Look, man. Brady, hands down, bro. The Patriots wouldn't have been the same fucking team without Brady. This guy has 5 rings. He himself could have surpassed he could still do it. He can still do it. We're going to talk about the odds a little bit later on the show. But props to Brady, dog. Hey, Patriots fans, fuck it. There's always next year, like all of us.
I just can't stand when people are like, he's freaking... Joe Montana's never lost in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady's been to twice as many Super Bowls as Joe Montana. You know what I mean? And he has more wins in the Super Bowl. Yep. If you really want to break it down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what if he fumbled, man? It wasn't like he bobbled the snap. The guy made a strip sack. You know what I mean? Like, that's a play.
Yep. You sure did, man.
And there's winners and losers, man. He's still the GOAT. Still the GOAT.
Yeah, I give it up for Brady, man. I mean, people are really hard on him, but the reason they're hard on him, me and myself included, gotta admit, man, this guy's what I wouldn't have get to be him being a Steeler. You know what I mean?
We passed up. We took Mark Bulger. We were the first team to lose to him in the Super Bowl, bro. The hatred for Brady, it was there at one point. But real eyes recognize real, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, come on now, bro. Like, it's legit, man. It's legit. And that last throw, I mean it, man. That was an easily could have gone the other way. And Gronk could have maybe tipped it, or even one of the defenders could have tipped it the other way instead of tipping it down. Because it's happened before, and Amendola might have made, you know what I mean? One of the guys could have jumped in and made the play, you know?
Yeah.
It was that close.
It was close, dude. That shit was close. Honestly, me and my cousin Charlie Briggs, shout out to Briz, we're in my pops, shout out to my pops, and my mom, shout out to my moms. We were watching the game here in the living room,
shout out to your fam, man,
and
sure.
We were all on the edge of our seats,
man,
because we know what Brady does, man. Straight up.
Bro, it came that close, and he had only 3 wide receivers. All of those guys, the position players on offense were huffing and puffing, bro.
Yeah, bro. 3 receivers with over 100 yards.
This isn't about the Patriots.
It's not
the
about
Eagles. Did it. They did that thing. You know what I mean? They made time of possession, man.
They made the crucial defensive play when it mattered.
Yep.
And that was the game right there. That's what changed it, man.
Yep.
That's what made the Eagles fans breathe with peace of mind, knowing that
sigh of relief.
Like,
we did it.
we blew up the Death Star.
They can't tell us anything about not having a ring anymore. Damn, it was fun while it lasted.
Hey, Eagles fans, welcome to the club.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yo, so we're about to go ahead and jump into those teams that aren't in the club. These guys, there's a lot of them. There's actually how many?
Big 12.
The Big 12. Big 12. Should we mention a few, sir? Do you have them?
I can run down the list right quick for the, everybody listening, give you guys an idea of what we're looking at right now. 12 teams without a Super Bowl title.
Tell them, Serge. Tell them who it is.
Let's run it. One of Fred's arch rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. We also have the Buffalo Bills. Another one of Fred's rivals, the Browns. And one of our co-hosts here. Yeah, Justin, right? He's a Cardinals fan. They don't have a Super Bowl.
You were this close, Jay. Sorry about that.
Chargers don't have a Super Bowl. The Falcons don't have a Super Bowl. The Jaguars don't have a Super Bowl. The Lions don't have a Super Bowl. Panthers don't have a Super Bowl. Texans don't have a Super Bowl. Titans don't have a Super Bowl. Damn. Shout out the tackle. And the Vikings don't have a Super Bowl.
Damn.
The Big 12 right there.
So that's the Big 12. Keep those guys in mind. You know, they're not allowed in the club. Yeah, you have to earn this shit. You know? So what we want to talk to y'all about is our opinion about who we think, out of our football knowledge, is going to be the closest team to get a Super Bowl and join the club here. You want to set it off, Serge, or
yeah, we can kick it off. I like the Jags, man. I like the Jags. I like that defense, more importantly. Yeah. I think they're pretty close. So I'll start off with the Jags. Who you got?
You know what? I'm gonna go with you also on the Jags, man. I think the Jags are young but talented on all aspects of the game. They're just one. I think they're one quarterback away. Maybe they need another receiver, like a big-time receiver.
What's his name was injured this year, right? I forget his name. Not Hearns. What's his name? Robinson was injured, you know?
Yeah, dude. And, yeah, you know, they need that, and they need a good, solid tight end, maybe. I also let me go ahead and take the next team.
Yeah,
dude.
Go ahead.
I think the Falcons are also one of those teams, man. They got a solid offense, hands down.
I'm gonna agree with you. The Falcons, they've got Julio Jones there. They got Matty Ice. They even got 2 running back studs right there, bro. They're too good, and the rest of the wide receiving core, you know, they're really good, man. They're too good not to, you know, you would think not win a Super Bowl.
I just think they need more consistency, dude. They need to go ahead and finish off teams when they have them down and put them away. You had the Patriots. You had the Patriots on the rope. You have to put them away.
They had us, bro. They beat us.
Who's your next team, Serge?
And, you know, my final one would probably be the Texans, man. Sean Watson was balling, man, before he got hurt.
That's the future right there, man.
So, you know, and that defense is pretty stacked also when you know, everybody's healthy. Mm-hmm. So, I'm gonna, and in the same division as the Jaguars, but I'm gonna say we should keep an eye out on those Texans.
The Texans have everything on them too, man. They have a great receiver, one of the top 3 receivers in the league.
Sure. Hopkins
they've always had a solid defense, especially with Watt. It's just injuries. Injuries seem to always fuck up the Texans, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But that's another team to go out for. That's the only team that we kind of disagree on. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one, dude. I think the Chargers are one of those teams that are really close. I think they have a great veteran quarterback whose window's closing. They have a young running game. It's a solid running game. They have great receivers, dude. They have a really young defense. And these guys they started off wrong, started off cold, but they became the hottest team in the league towards the end of the season. They made a really good run, dude. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the Chargers. And you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into something here, man, because we had a homie of ours.
We sure did.
That gave us
some feedback.
Gave us a shout out over here on the podcast, Real Blunt Sports. Catch us on Twitter at Real Blunt Sports. BS Podcast in full effect. The homie Sergio.
Yeah, we had Sergio Miramontes, Miramontes.Sergio91. Send us an email. Y'all can email us at Gmail. You already know, realbluntsports@gmail. And, you know, speaking of the Chargers, you know, you like their potential to probably get in the Super Bowl next year?
Dude. I think they have what it takes.
Serge is actually feeling the same thing. He wasn't, you know, he sent us an email talking about how, you know, he thinks that the Raiders are going to be a little bit lost with Gruden. Talking about how the Chiefs, you know, made a mistake getting rid of Smith and that they'll regret it. And also letting us know that John Elway's not all that, that, you know, he might have gotten lucky there with getting that QB Manning. So that's his feelings, and he feels that the Chargers will be making the playoffs and taking that division next year in the West for the AFC. So shout out to Serge.
Let me answer some of those takes with Serge, man. I agree with him. I think the Chargers will go ahead and take it. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's going to be the Wild Wild West, to be honest with you, man.
Straight it always is. Yeah, it's a crazy division.
Chargers, we already went through my reason why I think they're a great team. The Chiefs, I mean, they have Patrick Mahomes. He's unproven. He played maybe one game.
Yeah, he started the game.
He looked good. I mean, they still got Tyreek. They still got Hunt.
Andy Reid's a genius on offense. He'll make something happen. Yeah. He didn't just get rid of Alex Smith because, you know.
Just because, dude. Yeah. He knows what he has in the bench right now.
The defense isn't bad when they have Eric Berry back healthy. You know what I mean? Like, Eric Berry makes a big difference.
That defense is experienced, dude, with the young offense. I think they're going to be fire. Justin Houston, dude. Ali. Peters. You know what? The Broncos, I mean, his take that, you know, they got kind of lucky with Manning. I mean, Manning was smart enough to just be like, you know what? It's towards the end of my career. These guys have the #1 defense on there, dude. They got great receiving corps, dude. Hey, why not? So it was mutual. Manning got kind of lucky himself. You know what I'm saying? Going to a team like that. That's pretty much already set up.
I've always said it was destiny because, you know, I used to play with the Colts and, you know, he went with the Broncos and the Broncos actually wear a horseshoe on their you know, feet or whatever. So it was destiny. And I think he wants to retire as a Bronco, if I'm not mistaken. Or, I'm sorry, go into the Hall of Fame as a Bronco.
As a Bronco. Dude. I don't know what I would have done. I think I would have been a cool.
Yeah, you can't blame him, man. And he didn't even really ball that season, but he won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And he deserves to for the performance the career that he had. You know what I mean? So,
you know what? Raiders. I think the Raiders with Gruden, it's going to be an upgrade, but it's going to take time.
I think it'll be an upgrade.
You know, he has 2 great receivers, dude. If he's able to keep
I don't think Crabtree's going to stay, but
I mean, let's say he keeps him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, once Gruden's in there, I'm sure he's going to want to play for him.
You're going to have to get rid of Marshawn,
because Gruden's a offensive guru, dude.
Like, you think he'll keep Marshawn, though?
I think he'll keep Marshawn. I think he likes him, dude. I think he's going to need one of those veteran running backs, but he's going to bring in a young cat, too. You know what I mean?
He needs to, man. Yeah.
You have your quarterback. You have a great offensive line. He's I don't know who his coordinators are yet, but he's just gonna need to.
He took the quarterback's coach from the Rams.
Isn't Ken Norton with them, or I might be making shit up?
I know he took the offensive coordinator. Well, he made the offensive coordinator. He was the quarterback's coach with the Rams.
I mean, I know Gruden was out too long. You know, he was out too long. But once you have that, you know, offensive mind state, and you go to a team that has that offensive weapons on there, dude, he's gonna have fun. Otherwise, he wouldn't even, been like, yeah, I'm with it. So, Serge, to agree with you, Chargers will take it. The Chiefs are young, they're talented. They'll make a splash. They'll make a run too. Broncos, I think they got to get themselves a great quarterback. I think they ain't shit without a quarterback. And the Raiders is gonna take them some time, man. You never know. Maybe they'll make a playoff run once they're in Vegas.
And thanks for sending that email. We appreciate it. Everybody else, y'all can tweet us, y'all can email. We appreciate the love, y'all. Give us your thoughts, your comments.
For sure. Yo, there's another. This is another segment we like to throw out there. We like to give props. We like to give a high five, and we like to give a down low. Self-explanatory. We're gonna start off with the down low. Serge, who's your down low today, Dyke?
Hey, man. What is up with Malcolm Butler, man? You know, everybody wants to come out here and criticize Belichick. Why didn't you start him? The guy played practically 98% of all your snaps this year. You know what I mean? And they all want to get on Belichick, but Butler, this is your job. You know, you're a professional athlete. Why should you not be held accountable for, like, being prepared? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How are you going to miss curfew because you were at a concert the night before?
Yep.
Super Bowl 52.
Yep.
Not only that, but you were a hero just a few years before.
Yep.
So you should be setting an example. You know what I mean? You should take this a little more serious, you would think. Hey, we all get caught with a little bit of weed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I ain't hating on that.
But the rules are the rules, Malcolm Butler.
You can't be late, though, man. You can't be late. You can't be breaking curfew. You know what I mean? When it's the night before your biggest game of your life.
98% of the defensive play, Malcolm Butler. You were the one that played the most plays this year for your team. I don't think it's Belichick's fault that he benched you. I think it's your own fault, Malcolm Butler.
Down low, Malcolm Butler. We agree?
I agree with you, Doc.
We agree. Down low.
So that leaves us the high five.
And I guess I'll start off with my high five real quick.
Set it off, son.
I'm gonna give it out and give a shout out to the former 2nd overall pick, St. Louis, the Rams, back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that thing. He put his name on it.
Put his name on it.
Gave up his salary.
He said it with his chest.
Told Trump he ain't trying to go to the White House. So don't invite me.
I ain't even trying to go.
Chris Long, I see you, boy. Shout out. High five. You did it, boy. Hey, we miss you, man. All love, though. All love.
Hey, you know what, man? Props to Long. Also, props to all the homies who kept it 100 throughout so many rough years, rough jokes, rough memes. You guys were so close. 4 NFC championships in a row.
Wasn't it 5?
5 to went to the Super Bowl, one of them. You were that close.
Yeah.
And now you have made it. You are in the club. Shout out to my homie Willie G, my homie Jules, Coach Fitzpatrick, my homegirl Amy.
For the rest of your lives.
A lot of peeps from Verizon.
No one could ever tell you.
No one.
You weren't good enough.
Rocky, Kobe, Kevin Hart, Cooper.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
I know Tio's hating you, a little salty because he couldn't get one. McNabb, you kind of weird, man, but fuck it, your team got one.
Brian Westbrook.
Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins.
Dawkins, you went to the Hall of Fame, son. Props. Yo, we're about to get out, man, but tune in. Next show, NBA talk, a little bit more soccer talk, real blunt sports. We out.